Top left, yeah. Feeling like a boss, I done made it. Get so like a spaceship. I swear my life is amazing. Blowing money, no hesitation. Dimes, no basic. I know these be hating, but that's what made me feel like in the real life. Dripping all sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Woo! Woo! Yeah! Alright, here we go. Yeah. Yeah. Money on my mind, so on toupee. Real out of time, never Kool-Aid. Sipping on sight.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. This will be fielded at the 6. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. He juked him. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Leopard! Gone!
Jackson on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Play action. Now Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Gone!
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Wasn't a ton of space, but a great move. He's able to work it to the 20-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. And Jackson throwing once more. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Chiefs now. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen.
There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs have tied it, and they can take the lead with the extra point. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
Now a handoff here to his running back. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And as a defender, if you go with 2 interceptions in a game, that's pretty rare in the NFL. You might see one guy a weekend do that, but have 2 in the first quarter, that's something you don't see all that often. I have a feeling they'll think twice about throwing in his direction too often.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. In for the score. And the Ravens are in for 6. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate, and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
Let's go, let's go.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Bortles going to throw. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off at the 35. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Now it's Jackson, and he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Now Jackson on second down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Butker on for the PAT. Extra point splits the uprights. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. As we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
This time Jackson will throw it. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got his man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Gun! Gun!
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Detroit! Detroit!
Again, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you get a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going? Bortles will try again on 2nd down. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Bortles. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off around the 41. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
It was Reggie Ragland who got him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, Jackson. And he gets it down to the 32. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. The Ravens on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey. All right, here we go.
From the gun, Jackson. He finds Lashley complete over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
This will be taken short. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. To throw, it's Bortles. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. 3rd down here. Now Bortles again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now Jackson on 1st down, forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he'll find Lashley there. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. To throw again is Jackson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. Jackson certainly giving the Ravens a spark in his rookie year. He's got him on the move with a 1st down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going for it all. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Jordan Lashley in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff. You don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Bortles. Throw left side complete. It's Harris. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And all the way down to the 29. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs, 42 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you've got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. They'll run it now out of the gun. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Play action. Now it's Bortles. They'll roll him out right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off down at the 2 and to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Jackson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. He's got a man, complete. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Crabtree, 88 yards, and the Ravens will extend their lead. And he had time there. I mean, you give any quarterback that length of time, he'll make you pay.
It just puts way too much stress on guys trying to cover downfield because, as you said, you that much time in the pocket, he can scan the field, find the open person. That's exactly what happened there. And what was the end result again?
Touchdown. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now here comes Kansas City. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Punch right. Hank.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now Bortles. He dumps it off to Drake. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Here's Bortles to throw. He goes underneath the Drake. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, great way to put it.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
After the interception, here's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Jackson on first down. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Flush to his right. Looking deep for Crabtree. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And now here comes Kansas City. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their...
And it's intercepted in the end zone. A great read, and it's picked off. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And an alley to run. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. DeAnthony Thomas, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
No. Check. Patriot. Gun.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Steps away to his left. And down he'll go at the 25. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Looking deep downfield. Oh, wide open. Complete. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. They're on to the second half now down in Miami. The Patriots, they've opened a 2-touchdown advantage in that one. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Check. Lucy.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They fake the handoff. Now Bortles.
But they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the runs.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. He got 29 yards that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And Conley's got it over the middle. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Hey. Got three. Three down. Lucy.
Again, it's Bortles. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Spread right, 72. Omaha.
They'll run. It's Drake. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And I think the ball's out. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on 4th down, a change of possession anyway. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means
under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
3 down. All right, here we go. Boom, 90.
Jackson being chased out left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go. Boom, 90. Boom, 90.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. Crabtree, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
Green 39.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And on that last drive, Went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than...
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Ravens have got it.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Leopard!
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back.
And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Caught, Kelsey, left side. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. From midfield, here's Bortles. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he's got this down to the 35. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders. And they're rolling. Bortles going to come up here on 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the gun, it's Bortles. And my goodness, another interception. Anthony Averett picks it. The 20, 10. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo
exactly.
going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
372.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 40. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 19.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. He's going to run. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 34. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. One final try now for Bortles. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hunt. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.